My friend, let me ask you something. In the last few weeks, how many times have you walked into a room and completely forgotten why you came there? How many times have you searched for your phone while it was already in your hand? Or stared at a familiar face but the name did not come to your mind? Most people laugh about these moments. They say that they are just busy or just getting older. As a heart and brain doctor, I see another side of this story. For many people, these small mistakes are early warning signs. They show that chronic stress is already damaging the part of the brain that holds memory. The same stress that slowly erases memory can also harm the heart and raise the risk of heart attack and stroke in the 30s and 40s. If these signs are ignored, a day may come when a person wakes up in an intensive care unit and cannot remember what happened or even recognize the faces at the bedside. I am Doctor Heartwise. In this video, I explain how long-term stress can collapse memory in silence. I also show the main danger signs that must not be ignored and the simple steps that can protect both brain and heart. Treat this message as a medical consultation for your future self. In my clinic, I now meet people with a pattern that used to be rare. Men and women in their mid-30s. Software engineers, managers, business owners, teachers. They sit in front of me and say that they are constantly forgetting things. They read the same page many times and nothing stays. They walk into meetings and lose track of what was just decided. Brain scans may look normal. There may be no tumor, no stroke, and no infection. Yet their daily life does not feel normal at all. Most of these patients have one factor in common. Their life is built on chronic stress. Not short bursts of tension during an exam or during traffic. This stress is present every day. Deadlines, loans, family pressure, night shifts, constant calls and messages, and fear of losing work. The human brain was not designed for this state of permanent alert. During stress, the body releases hormones such as cortisol and adrenaline. For a short time, these hormones keep a person awake and ready. When they remain high for many weeks or months, they become harmful. They disturb the way brain cells talk to each other. The brain has more trouble forming new connections and keeping old ones strong. This is why focus becomes weak and memory feels unreliable. At the same time, the heart is pushed to work harder. Heart rate goes up, blood pressure climbs, and blood vessels become more stiff and inflamed. The inner surface of the arteries that feed the heart and the brain starts to suffer small injuries. Layers of cholesterol and clotting material can slowly build up at these spots. So while a person is busy trying to manage work and family, stress is doing two dangerous things in the background. It is slowly weakening memory and quietly loading a weapon inside the blood vessels. Often there is no major warning sign. Then one very stressful day, a small clot forms. If that clot blocks a vessel in the heart, the result is a heart attack. If it blocks a vessel in the brain, the result is a stroke. In both cases, memory, independence, and even life can change in a single hour. Forgetfulness plus constant stress is not normal modern life. It is a medical signal that the brain and heart are under strain. If this description feels close to your own life, I ask you to take it seriously. Do not treat your memory lapses as a joke. In the next part, you will hear a clear list of warning signs. If you recognize yourself in that list, you need to act for your own safety and not wait for a bigger warning. Many people in India believe that memory loss only happens after the age of 60 or 70, or only in people with serious brain disease. Today we already see clear memory problems in people who are much younger. Long working hours, irregular sleep, and constant digital noise keep their stress system switched on without rest. To understand this better, imagine your brain as a large library. Every shelf holds memories, skills, and faces. Chronic stress is like a small fire that burns inside this building every day. At first, only a few pages are damaged. With time, whole shelves can lose their order. At the same time, the heart is like the power system of this library. If stress damages that system, the lights may go out suddenly and without a second chance. In this part, I explain step by step how stress turns into both memory loss and heart risk. When you see the chain clearly, you will never again say that stress is harmless, or that everyone lives like this, so it must be fine. Under long-term stress, the brain is flooded again and again with cortisol. This hormone changes how neurons send signals to each other. Creating new memories becomes harder. Retrieving stored memories also becomes less reliable. Research has shown that people with long-standing stress can have smaller volume in the memory center called the hippocampus and lower scores in memory tests. Now look at the heart. Stress pushes the nervous system into a fight or flight mode. Heartbeats become faster and more forceful. Blood pressure rises and blood becomes more sticky. These reactions are helpful in short emergencies. When every day feels like an emergency, they slowly wear down the cardiovascular system. The lining of the arteries becomes irritated. Plaques made of fat and inflammatory cells can grow inside the vessel wall. A person may only feel tired or wired and may think it is just age or workload. Inside the arteries, the passage for blood is becoming narrower and less stable. One argument, one shocking email, or one all-night deadline can suddenly break a fragile plaque. A clot forms on top of it and blocks the vessel. This is the chain that turns invisible stress into a visible heart attack or stroke. So when the brain sends early messages in the form of poor focus, brain fog, and increasing forgetfulness, it is wise to listen. Protecting memory is not only about performance at work. It is about staying alive and staying yourself for the people who depend on you. Now you can see why I pay so much attention to small changes in memory. They are often the first alarm from the nervous system. In the next part, I will give you a simple checklist of danger signs and an action plan that you can start immediately. Now, I invite you to look at your own life with honesty. I will describe several warning signs. Count silently how many of them apply to you. If you notice 2 or more, your brain and heart are asking for change now. These are key warning signs that chronic stress is harming your memory and putting extra load on your heart. You often forget recent conversations or tasks, and people close to you have started to comment on it. You enter a room and regularly realize that you no longer remember the purpose. You search for simple words during normal conversation more than before. You read or watch something and almost immediately feel that nothing stayed in your mind. You feel a constant cloud in your head as if your thinking is slow or heavy. You have become more irritable and impatient, especially with family members. Your sleep is broken. You lie awake with racing thoughts, or you wake up feeling tired even after a full night in bed. During stress, you notice pounding or fluttering in the chest or a feeling of tightness even if past tests were said to be normal. If you recognize 2 or more of these signs, treat that as a red light. The situation can still be improved, but it requires action. The first line of defense is sleep. For most adults, around 7 hours of regular night sleep works best. Try to keep a stable sleep time and keep bright screens away for some time before bed. Good sleep is one of the main ways in which the brain repairs connections and clears waste. Next, give your nervous system a short daily break from the stress signal. 10 to 15 minutes of slow breathing, quiet sitting, or a simple walk without the phone can lower cortisol. The method is less important than the habit. Third, keep your body moving. Around 30 minutes of brisk walking on most days improves circulation to both brain and heart and lowers blood pressure and stress levels. Fourth, be careful with stimulants. Large amounts of coffee, strong tea, or energy drinks late in the day keep the stress system active and disturb sleep. Reduce the dose step by step, especially after the afternoon. Finally, know when to seek medical help. If your memory problems are rapidly worsening, or if you have chest pain, sudden weakness, trouble speaking, a severe headache, you must seek urgent care. Check blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, and heart rhythm, and follow the advice of a qualified doctor. These steps may sound simple, but they are powerful when done consistently. Many people who took these measures seriously noticed clearer thinking, better mood, and improved health numbers within weeks. The common mistake is not lack of knowledge but delay. People wait for the perfect time or for a big scare. By the time the big scare comes, it may already be late. If you saw yourself in this description, remember that you are not weak. You are exposed to more stress than your system can safely handle. You can continue in the same way, hope for the best, and risk a sudden crisis. Or you can treat today as a turning point. Choose 1 or 2 changes from this video and start them today. Share this message with someone whose health you care about. This simple step may protect years of memory and life for both of you. You have just heard how long-term stress can damage memory and heart. If this message feels important for your life, help it reach more people. Press like on this video so the platform understands that serious health content is valuable. Leave a short comment about which warning sign matched you the most, or about one change you plan to start today. You can also use the comments to tell us which health topic you would like us to cover in the next videos. Your comment can encourage another viewer to act for their own safety. Share this video with at least one person whose health you care about, such as a partner, parent, friend, or colleague. Subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so that you receive the next lessons on protecting brain and heart in time. Together we can prevent many silent emergencies before they appear.